the highlights so far in my fledgling management career. I mean, we had as much adversity for that particular day as you could possibly have. We had 11 first team senior players missing, no Fizz, no assistant manager, no head coach, no people that weren't able to be there for numerous reasons. Obviously all legitimately, just people. It was just one of those days. It felt like, what's going on here? There's people away everywhere on bits and bobs and whatnot. We had players come into the side who made their first starts of the season. We had 6-7 teenagers in the squad, 2-3 starting. And yeah, I can't. And we went to a good side that pick up good results, and they're up and around the sort of top end of the table as well. And we've already been down there this season with what at the time was probably our strongest side, or one of our strongest sides, and managed to get a decent result. But there was all sorts of adversity there on Saturday, and like I said, a patched up side. And we were literally down to that. That was it. I nearly had to bloody put myself on the bench, and I wouldn't have done that because obviously, no, I'm not doing that. But that's how thin we were, and I cannot fault that group of players for everything that they did from start to finish on that day. They all came together as a proper team, as I would expect at the moment. But they responded on the pitch. We actually, in the end, played really, really well. Created lots of chances. If we'd have won 5-0, I don't think it would have been unfair with the amount of chances we created. And I think they had one real meaningful effort in sort of 5 minutes to go. And the keeper, Lewis, who comes in for Sam Marsden, who's obviously an exceptionally talented goalkeeper. And what that means is that we don't always have him because he has commitments to England and his whatever, England blind football and whatnot. And Lewis is coming for him when he's away doing that stuff, and he did on Saturday. And he was excellent, made an unbelievable save with 5 minutes to go. If we'd have lost 1-0 in that game with the amount of chances that we had created, then that would have been a bit of a sickener. But then we went to pens, and I feared the worst. But yet again, we come through it, thankfully, on that one. And Lewis made a great save in the pens too, to dig Joel's penalty out of trouble, and he kicked it into another postcode. So yeah, really pleased. After that sort of day, and you look at the players, and I couldn't have been prouder. They were absolutely exceptional. What they gave me on the day. The boys that came in and done a job for that game. The boys that travelled and were on the bench that were unused. Because there weren't changes to make. Exceptional from them as well, with attitudes and everything like that. But yeah, it was a really good day for the team, for the club, and something I was really proud of. Yeah, obviously this is the thing, isn't it? Unbeaten. I keep seeing this unbeaten. Great. It's excellent that we're unbeaten. We've dropped 3 home games, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. All games that we're going to be up and around it and in the mix, we need to be winning these games. That's no disrespect to the teams that we played. I think Hailsham come and done a very good job defensively on us. Arundel had a go at us, and we worked ourselves into a winning position and then threw it away with a catastrophe of an error. And then Worthing United were really good. I was actually really surprised at how good they were. And fair play to them because they looked tasty, to be fair, on the night. And I went with the same 11 pretty much that played the game on the Saturday because of how well they'd done. Maybe they're a bit leggy. Maybe that was a mistake from me. Maybe I should have freshened things up a little bit. But we still managed to get ourselves into a winning position. And then another sort of individual error cost us 2 points there. And these are the things we need to switch off from and sort out and tidy up, because it's no good dropping points in these home games where we've got to start punishing teams, got to stop making individual errors. Honestly, it's three draws at home, all 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, and the goals we've conceded have all been just an individual error at the time, apart from the one against Arundel, which wasn't. It was 3 individual errors in one transition, in one moment. It was calamitous. And even if I watch it again now, I still think there's no way this is going to happen. It's going to happen again. Fucking shambles. But those are the things we've got to cut out. And then unbeaten. Obviously, I hope we stay unbeaten for for as long as possible. Obviously, that would be a good thing, but it's no good being unbeaten if you're drawing every week. So that's what we need to tidy up. The players know that. I know that. My management team know that. And hopefully we can make sure that that's not a regular thing going forward. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the 2 defeats are cup games. I think the Saltdean one was a bit of a sickener because, ultimately we had a very big game at the time on the Friday night against Wick, who were doing really well and had won 5 on the spin or 6 on the spin at the time. And we'd had a tough game on the Saturday, then we had Tuesday, then Friday. So we pretty much, I think we left out 9 players in total in that game, and we gave fringe players or squad players an opportunity. We gave young players an opportunity. We rested people completely and dropped other people to the bench so they could be ready for what was going to be a massive game on Friday. That's not to say I chucked it in, by the way, as a manager, because I bloody well didn't. I still picked a team that I felt could go out and win the game, and should have been capable to win the game if they'd have actually applied themselves and turned up. But unfortunately, on that evening, not only some of the senior players that came into the side, but some of the younger players that got opportunities just didn't play well. We just didn't play well on the night, and that's obviously a while ago now, so it's annoying me thinking about that again. But yeah, we didn't play well on the night. Players that came in and got opportunities didn't take them at the time. Senior players that were in there didn't play well either, and it was a shit show, really, I'm afraid. And that was disappointing because obviously then we didn't end up playing the game on the Friday night because of the Queen. And in hindsight, I would have just played the strongest sides, and I think we would have probably that result wouldn't have happened. So it is what it is. That was frustrating and annoying, but I'll learn. Maybe I should have just gone balls out and said, no, you play again, and then you play again Friday. But trying to look after the players a little bit, give people opportunities, but they've got to take them. They can't just go, oh, well, I'm going to get an opportunity tonight because there's a big game Friday, and then switch their brains off, because otherwise that just gets remembered going forwards, and you've got to take opportunities. And some people didn't that night. Jersey, that was a sickener because they're an exceptionally good step 5 side, unbeaten, whopping everyone in their way, proper players, proper squad, proper budget, proper everything. And they, we nearly done a job on them. We really nearly done a job on them, and you could see they were rattled by that, and they managed to just get through us in the end. And in the 91st or 92nd minute or whatever after, and if we'd have gone to pens, we'd have held on 2-3 more minutes and gone to pens. I fancy us. I think we would have won pens. I think Sam in goal as well. I know obviously Lewis has done well in a penalty shootout last week, but I think Sam in goal for that. Like, he lives and breathes for that. The guy's massive, great shot stopper, and I just fancied him. He's already saved the important pen for us this season. I just felt like if we get to pens here, we're going to beat this lot, and it would have been the shock of the round, I think, to pull that off. And I was absolutely gutted that we just couldn't hold on. They were such a good side. They played such good football. They moved the ball through the lines nicely. They had lots of opportunities in the game. We defended so well. The team done exactly what I asked from them. We had a great chance in the second half. If we take that chance and we make it 1-0, then we win the game. Unfortunately, we didn't take that chance, and they managed to just knock the door down at the end. And I think if you'd have seen their reaction to that, they know that they got away with one there. And it was nearly, that would have been a sort of kicking the door down moment for us, where we go, yeah, hang on a minute, we're proper here. And we just it was 2 minutes. If we'd have got to pens, I would have backed us. But yeah, that was a sickener under circumstances. Fair play to Jersey, they're an excellent side, really, really good. But yeah, we nearly done them, nearly. The difficulties I think I've found mainly is probably switching off from it. Like, I do have lots of other things going on in the world and whatever, and that's fine. I get it. It's effectively a full-time job, and that's fine. I'm trying to manage that in the best way I can without like grinding myself into dust. So it's trying to switch off from certain things at certain times. I think with me personally, and just the way I am as an individual, like I'm absolutely balls out, all or nothing with whatever I do. There's no in between. And same with me, like emotionally, there's no in between. I don't know how to just sit in that boring bit in the middle. I'm either I'm in space or I'm down in the blooming ground. And I'm trying to work on that in a personal sense across the board, not just with football. But I think I'm so keen to make everyone happy. I want everyone at Shoreham Football Club, everyone from their owners and chairman and management teams all the way through to the a random person that turns up on a Saturday just to watch us and have a burger and a beer. I want everyone to be like impressed and happy and proud to be like a part of it and supporting it and involved in any way. And that all falls on effectively my shoulders, and I'm big enough and ugly enough to take that and deal with that. But I'm also aware of it. And I think that responsibility, like I want to do so well for the club and the people involved in the club. Like I want to do so well for the players and treat the players properly and be fair with the players and take on all that responsibility as well. But it's all about Shoreham Football Club. And I think I'm trying to just deal with things not everything's going to go the way you want it all the time. It's not always going to be brilliant. You're going to have downtimes and whatever. And it's just trying to learn to deal with them when it effectively all falls on me. And I'm working on that. But yeah, apart from that, can't complain too much. Yeah, typical sticky for Saturday. If I was going to put a tenner on anything, I'd put a tenner on 1-1. That's a bit of us right now. But hopefully, like I alluded to earlier, like we need to change that. We need to make sure that we're very aggressive very early and try and get a good result. But look, Billingshurst are always a tough side. They got good people there. They've always got good teams. They're a good club, good solid club with good players, and they will come and do what everyone does when they come to us. They come and they go to an extra 30% because they're coming to us, and they'll do that again Saturday. And we need to be prepared for that, and hopefully give a good account of ourselves. We've got a couple of little changes probably coming this weekend that we'll make. To just freshen things up from Saturday. We've obviously got a new striker coming in Marcus Richmond, who scored a lot of goals in this league last season. We signed him from Peacehaven. And one of the things we haven't been very good at this season so far is we haven't been as clinical as we should be. And we're hoping come Saturday that he's the guy who can potentially, or Saturday or going forward, potentially be the guy to add that little bit of edge in an attacking sense, maybe take some of the chances we haven't taken, and give us that little bit sort of more in front of goal. And we'll see how we'll use him on Saturday. But yeah, there'll be a couple of changes. But Billingshurst, like I said, always a good side, always a good football club, good people there. We'll be expecting them to do what everyone else does, which is, we're going to Shoreham. Let's actually play really well this week, and we'll expect it. And hopefully we're prepared for it. Hopefully the boys are prepared for it. But I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to seeing the people that are involved there as well, because they're a good bunch. Cheers.